training video, health and safety legal awareness. All regulations within your place of work come from the Health and Safety at Work Act 1974. These set out the legal guidelines that all businesses in the UK must adhere to. For you, the employee, it is important to be aware of the various parts that affect you whilst you are in work. We have listed some health and safety working practices for you to be aware of whilst at work. Manual handling. The most common cause of sickness days off in the UK is due to back injury. This may be sustained whilst in work and can cause great discomfort to yourself. Adopting the correct method of lifting is very important to prevent back injury occurring. Remember the 4 P's. Plan. Assess your load including size, weight and traveling distance. Position yourself correctly to have best control of the load. Posture. Always keep your back straight during lift. Power. Always use your legs to lift the load up or down. Never bend the back. These simple techniques could help you save injuring your back, so use them. Slips, trips, and falls. Again, this may cause injury to you, which will lead to time off work, or worse, a serious injury to yourself that may require medical attention. So it is important we try to prevent this from occurring. When you find a slip or trip hazard, you should have a procedure in place to deal with it there and then. Don't ignore the problem for someone else to come along and potentially fall. Spill kit procedure. For wet floors, this may be putting up signage to show the danger present whilst you go and get the necessary kit to clean up the problem. There are lots of various pieces of equipment you and your staff will need to be shown how to use correctly. Not only how to use, but how to clean and maintain is also important. Equipment such as glass wash, ice machine, bar fridges, all have related risks to users and must be explained and even demonstrated to the user correctly. The best method would be to refer to the manufacturer correct method of use. COSHH. The control of substances hazardous to health. This for you relates to any harmful or abrasive cleaners you may be using that require an understanding of the correct method to use. Things like line clean and industrial oven cleaners can pose hazards, whilst using that may be harmful to you. Always be aware of the correct method of use. This should be detailed on the product from the manufacturer. Also have any protective equipment you should be wearing whilst using if required. Working at height. When working at a pub, sometimes we are required to use ladders or climbing aids to carry out our daily duties, like cleaning shelving or changing light bulbs, so remember. Make sure you have the right equipment for the job. Plan your job so it is carried out safely. Position your ladder correctly and try to get help if possible. Never try to overextend whilst up a ladder, always come down and reposition the ladder to continue. Do not rush when working up a ladder, take your time and work safely. Following these simple steps can reduce the risk of injury to yourself and others. Waste disposal. A poorly maintained waste disposal area can lead to several problems. Not only can it be a health hazard but also a fire hazard and attract vermin to the area. Understanding your waste disposal plan and your part in this is crucial. Get to know your own venue's bin colors so you know the correct place to dispose of waste. We all have a part to play in maintaining the standards set in our waste management plan, so the area is safe for everyone who uses it. First aid guide. A designated first aider may be appointed at your place of work, but it's important you get to know the basics. Have a look at your venue's first aid response plan. What is expected from you as an employee should a first aid incident occur? Your employer will need to give you these details along with any training required, so that you can carry out your duties with the knowledge of what to do in a first aid situation. Asbestos awareness. Your place of work should have an asbestos report carried out to determine if any is present, and if so where it is and its condition. You should ask to see this information and get an understanding of what it looks like and the dangers it presents. A common danger that comes from asbestos is due to inhalation of the tiny asbestos particles that cause damage to the lungs, and can lead to serious illness. So it is important you understand the measures in place to control the danger it may pose to you whilst at work. Near-miss report. You must act right away if you see any issues that you feel may cause harm or injury. Once you do, you should report it to your manager or supervisor as soon as possible. It's proven that major incidents can be avoided if near-miss or minor reports are made. Thank you for watching.